What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with another video for Dragon Ball Legends. We do have a few things to discuss, a couple of which you may have probably already heard of if you were awake late into the evening, but we of course have Legends Limited Majin Vegeta being teased in a old-fashioned style of Legends social media post where they were dropping their little cryptic hints. We always like that type of stuff. It seems like they've kind of gotten the hint that was a good way of hyping up the community, so hopefully we'll start to see more of that coming forward, but we will be analyzing that picture as well as going over the Legends Developers version 2.0 newsletter that they've sent us. I guess in lieu of them not being able to, or just hesitant because of the pandemic and whatever else, them not making the video and stuff or reveals and stuff podcasts, we have gotten now our second newsletter. It's in the in-game news, so plenty of y'all have probably already seen that as well. I just figured I would run through real quick and analyze both of those things, as well as throw on a good bonus piece of information, make this a little bit different from some of the other content creators, but I wanted to do a quick refresher course for how you can very easily cheese any PvE event. Basically like these stage 51 battles of this hard rebooted Raditz event where we're playing back through this again. Chrono Crystal rewards for everybody are great since they reset it, but I did want to make sure that everyone kept on their minds just the easy way to get through beating the AI. It'll work for every single one of these types of battles where you're fighting against the computer, be it like this Rising event to stage 51, or be it the tougher like 30 stage rush event that they just had. I used this technique for that as well. So it'll work for all of that, basically everything except for co-op, because you know the battle system works a little differently there. So we're gonna go over that again as well. That'll be the entire video for today. So without wasting too much time, let's jump into the newsletter first, because we already know that Majin Vegeta is coming. That is probably a pretty accurate piece of information we've deduced there. We'll still cover it, but let's go over this very briefly first here. Of course, again, I gotta stretch this out just a little here. It is the second newsletter. I'll skip all the greetings there. They do plan to release version 2.12 around mid-September. They'll be making a range of improvements in the update, including increasing operation speed, as well as adjustments to the UI. So that's stuff, basically everything you notice when you're not actually in a battle playing the game. A faster title loading screen. We've heard them mention this before. They basically improved the startup of the game, but from clicking the title screen to the game actually loading up, they're going to try and speed that up as well, and I guess time spent between battles also be a side effect of that. That's great, you know, if you're going to speed up the way the game loads, I'm not going to complain, and we can move right on. There's really not too much else to talk about. That's only a good thing. Improvements to the energy tank. Now this one is a little bit more controversial sounding, but since I don't know the final implementation of how it's going to work, I'm going to withhold from making too harsh criticism. I'm just going to voice a couple of my concerns. So they are looking to improve the energy tank by simplifying the complex energy recovery process and the options associated with it. Now, by energy tank, I don't know if they mean the energy system just in general, like the little 10 little tabs we have at the top, or if they're specifically talking about that energy tank that holds 99 energy that you get for like upvoting your guild members and stuff like that. So, not quite sure, it doesn't really specify, but with that being said, tickets are affected, which is something that is a little bit more concerning, and this doesn't really help dispel that just at a glance. So after the update, your energy will be automatically restored from the energy tank when depleted, allowing you to keep battling stress-free. I'm going to process that first real quick. That I actually do not like. I do not like the automatic restoration. That's one instance in this game where I don't mind hitting like one button to like, yes, use a 10 energy ticket, restore real quick. Now, if they're adapting the system so that we don't need to do that, I can just play a level like 100 times using 100 skip tickets just in one click, then I will pull back me saying that I don't like the automatic energy restoration process. But one reason or one way that I don't really like it is, say I want to like use out my entire energy bar and then go to work, go to sleep, go play another video game and just get the energy back for free. via the time and how it regenerates over time. Well, you'll be able to use 9 energy, but you'll have to remember to not use that last one because then it'll just automatically refill and draw from the energy you've been saving in the tank. So again, I'm not going to criticize it too harshly because I don't know what the final result is going to be here. It's just a little bit concerning. I don't really like it automatically being done for me because I'm pretty good at budgeting my energy and saving tickets and using them. But again, moving to the next line here, the process will be simplified too. You'll no longer be able to use energy tickets to directly restore energy, but don't worry, we've prepared items in the recycle center to convert energy tickets into energy for your tank. So any tickets you have left over will still have value. This is something else that only moderately concerns me because I have a lot of energy tickets saved up. So the current energy tank is like capped at holding 99. I have like 3,000+ worth of energy in tickets saved up. So hopefully there's no time limit on the exchange, or hopefully the tank will be able to accommodate that many, and us players who maybe have been bankrolling some energy tickets don't get screwed over. Now, again, it doesn't really specify here, so I'm not going to complain or criticize too harshly until I see the final product, because it says they will still have value, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You'll be able to replenish your energy tank by exchanging these items, so don't miss out on them. The fact they said don't miss out on them is also a little alarming as well, because that implies that there's a missable window of time where you can miss out on them. So maybe not. Maybe that's just them trying to like make it sound more hype. But again, I guess we'll figure it out once we get there. Refurbished, tuned up UI. We're making all kinds of changes, improvements to the UI. We're tackling lots of sore spots, like making it easier to remove equipment slots to, I guess, then re-roll for better slots, hopefully, and to see opponents' advantageous and disadvantageous elements. Look forward to the improvements. Now, it doesn't really specify a whole lot here. Right now, currently, I don't have too many problems assessing an enemy's team and seeing their colors and my colors and what to do about it. But, again, this is something we'll have to wait and see all the other improvements they make, which actually might be pretty good. Like, they actually have a pretty good history of making UI improvements in this game. They haven't really screwed up too much in terms of all of the out-of-battle systems in the game, for the most part. So I'll give them some benefit of the doubt there, and we'll wait and see what happens. So from there, we can move on to page number 2 here. Zenkai Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. We already knew he was coming because of the V-Jump scan that I had covered, and plenty of other people had shown it off as well. They are queuing in down here. They're very strongly hinting that his playstyle will remain unchanged. Same as before, his abilities increase drastically when he is the last man standing, and he's an invaluable member of Hybrid Saiyans or Son family. So again, all of his Zenkai stuff that's incoming sounds like it's going to remain consistent with his current way that you already would play him if you were using him. Also, you can exchange Rush medals from Ultra Space Time Rush for Awakening Z Power to Zenkai Awaken Gohan. We will also prepare normal summons. Of course, you'll have the paid summons, similar to Beerus and everybody else, but they're converting a Rush medal to have additional value, and you will be able to, again, exchange the Rush medals, which is great news. This is, I would assume, them trying to compensate for the fact that they took away the missions and the free Z1 for every character. That's what it sounds like, because you can do Rush mode, earn the medals for free, exchange them for free. It just sounds like they're trying to give us a way to compensate, again, for not having those missions, but also to give free-to-play players options when they have lots of Zenkai units coming out. Now, I'm not sure about that, because it does specify Legends Limited right here. There is an exchange limit for each Ultra Space Time Rush season, but we are planning to make Legends Limited Awakening Z Power available for exchange. So if it doesn't work for every single other Zenkai unit, and it's only for like Gohan and Beerus, that'll be a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully the system will adapt over time and may start to include them, especially if we recommend it in surveys now. Like, the more ways to get this stuff for free, the better. However, unfortunately, my Beerus is only 2 stars, but my Gohan is 7 stars, so I'll definitely be testing this out to let y'all know, because I'm trying to avoid spending money as much as possible. The fact that it's also something that you might be able to do consistently over time to build the character is also pretty encouraging, because we do know the Ultra Space Time Rush seasons do rotate and they refresh. So hopefully it's not just like a certain amount you can purchase and it's gone forever. Hopefully it's a shop that continues to refresh and will allow free-to-play players to maybe at least get to Zenkai 3 completely for free. God forbid all the way to 7, but at least to 3. I feel like that's a good compromise in between the whales being able to just straight buy their way all the way there, and then they're still going to have to invest time and resources soul boosting. But if the free-to-play players could get to at least 3, again, I feel like that's a pretty good compromise between the paying and the budget players to keep the game somewhat more competitive. So hopefully we do see things start to lean in that direction, especially for more than just Legends Limited units. But it's a great start, especially for me, again, because I have 7-star Gohan and got lucky with him. Alright, so beyond that, you'll be able to exchange Zenkai Souls and Rush Medals along with other additional rewards coming to this exchange shop in the Ultra Space Time Rush. We're also considering adjustments that will make Zenkai Awakened Soul Boost unlocking easier to access. So that's all good news. There'll be more stuff to exchange, more reasons to play the Rush mode. Even though it's kind of boring, they're just stacking lots of value on top of it. So again, I do applaud them for having great rewards. It would just be nice if they could find a way to make some of these versus AI modes a little bit more spicy and fun. I actually did like that 30-stage rush, because at least every stage was different. It wasn't just the same slog over and over and over again, like grinding co-op or the regular typical Ultra Space Time Rush that's just the same like every time it rotates. So with that being said, they give a little outro down here where they do also cue that in addition to what they've mentioned in the update, they're also working on guild versus guild battle modes and additional rules for PvP, although these are still in the planning stages. That's a little bit unfortunate, because they originally talked about guild updates almost 4 or 5, even maybe 6 months ago now at this point, and to hear that that's still in the planning stage, again, it's a little unfortunate, but it's still good, and it's encouraging that they're updating us that they're still working on those things. That's what we've been saying in the podcast, that it would be nice for them to at least keep us informed and tell us that things are still in the works and that's just not gone stagnant. So that's still good news, and the rest is just thank you. We look forward to more information. Management team will continue to make efforts, and I do appreciate them for putting out said efforts and at least trying to keep the game somewhat spicy, fresh, new, not so kind of samey. With that being said, we're now looking at the 10,000 retweets and shares achieved. That was the 600,000 SNS global followers, and they put out this image, which again, it's got its face value information here, but as you can see, I mean, I guess unless you're like severely colorblind, but it does say Java, meeting, smiling, deleted. So our clever community has deduced that if you take all the letters from these words and rearrange them, you can exactly spell out Legends Limited Majin Vegeta. So unless the executives at Dimps and Bandai are at a meeting, smiling, drinking their coffee, while deleting any budget or free-to-play player's ability to be competitive in this game, then I would say that this is probably a solved clue, and that it probably will be a Legends Limited Majin Vegeta up and coming. Something that, again, we've been kind of theorizing and teasing and talking about, not only in the podcast, but like on Reddit. People have had their like conspiracy theories where there's certain events have taken like 660 energy to complete in the monthly missions, and 60 here, 666 this, which is Devil, which in Japanese is Majin, and there you go. So we've kind of been thinking that this is on its way for a little while now, and this is just a little bit more confirmation. Of course, there's no more information yet, but I do expect that we'll be seeing this type of step-up banner with whatever's revealed here, Majin Vegeta, in about 5 to 7, maybe 9 days at the most. I do think it's going to be before the update, before the V-Jump scan content, before the Gohan Zenkai comes out. I think that stuff that was teased in that newsletter and the V-Jump scan, that'll all be like that early to mid-September, and this step up should come before that. Kind of to coincide with last year's, again, the Final Form Full Power Frieza and the Legends Limited Namek Goku. So, if you're free-to-play, budget player, you're building Saiyans, you're building Vegeta family specifically, those are probably what's going to be Majin Vegeta's team, if this is indeed the truth, and there'll probably be one or two other new characters that comes with him. At least one, if again we're comparing it to last year's Namek banner with the Frieza and the Goku, probably at least one additional character. So maybe another Kid Buu, maybe another Fat Buu that's actually evil, because the Fat Buu we have right now is good, and then we only have to have an EX version who's also tagged as good. So maybe, I don't know, we'll have to keep a lookout on that. It's a great reason for you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I'll definitely be keeping you updated on stuff like that. Now that I got that plug out of the way, I don't have to do it at the end of the video. So yay, we can move on to the next piece of information here. So that's all the news that we covered. Pretty much everything relevant there, kind of analyzed a little bit. Trying to add some additional content to the video to make it a little bit different than every other creator who's already talked about this, because it took me a little longer to film because I filmed it once and my microphone was disconnected. So I had to do another attempt. So what we're gonna do here is just give you a rehash course on how to float step cheese all of these boss battles and beat them very easily without having to do a whole bunch of refreshes or get frustrated or waste unnecessary amounts of energy. So we'll pop up some gameplay over here on this side, and we shall jump right in. I've just selected this Vegeta family team. It really doesn't matter who you use as long as you bring color advantage, and you want units that can last long enough. You don't want any of those units that expire really early in the battle, like ones like Green Golden Frieza or the Green Raditz or anything like that. And just bring units that can weather the storm. So we will be using that team right there. Should be some stuff that everybody has, you know, some stuff that's not too overpowered, but you could probably use like regeneration or fusions or any type of, you know, team you can build. Again, we're just kind of cheesing the AI here. We're going to get through this super simple and super effectively. So, let me actually turn the volume down a little bit. Probably don't need that to be blasting there. And let's hop right in, see what type of damage we can do. Alright, let's try and get early game priority here. Vanish, tap, into blast. Usually always confuses the AI into not making perfect vanishes. And then we'll just start floating. We'll drift forward one row, drop the combo, pick it back up, allow our vanish to restore, get some ki back. Now, the AI also does not respond very well to this playstyle for whatever reason, but they will defensively swap spam all over the place. So we need to try and stay on top of that. And if he doesn't swap, yeah, we might be able to just straight up kill this Goku super early. And that will do a lot to help prevent some of the swap spam. But we also really need to get rid of Bardock. He is super annoying when he starts to transform and power up. Oh, Goku's not quite dead yet, unfortunately. Perfect vanish. Alright. Start floating. Get a blast damage buff there. Alright, that was definitely not a perfect vanish, but it still worked out pretty well. All the same. Don't think Bardock's gonna get out of this, but he did just transform, got all his dang health bars back. Tap, please don't vanish. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, all Raditz ability upgrades and stat buffs and all that have worn off now at this point. We removed whatever was left. He's down to pretty low health. Alright, now we're stuck in here. Really? Rising Rush. We're going to do as much damage to Bardock as we can. Like Trunks is a little bit buffed up now after he soaked up all that damage. Screw you, Bardock. Alright, he just switched into advantage for me. Just start floating. Oh, we didn't have enough time there. Ooh. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Doesn't vanish that. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know if this will kill Bardock. Bardock's pretty tanky, but it'll get dang close. He just swapped it right into that. Oh, he fainted. I actually fainted him in this match. Alright. So we got that one pretty much in the bag now, gentlemen. Why would you do this? What? Oh, come on. My delayed swap. Alright. Oh, well, it gave it to me anyway. Screw you, Raditz. Get out of my face. Alright. So you can see how the float step works to just kind of cheese and generally confuse the opponent. I beat him on one try there. You might have seen a little edit at the beginnings because the first one I didn't beat him as fast as I wanted to, so I tried a second take. We just beat him twice in a row, and it really was nowhere near as stressful than trying to struggle through this like 10, 20, whatever many times in a row I was doing it when the AI would just perfect vanish me and counter with blue cards and rising rushes all the time. You can see it still tried to do some of those things there, but that little alteration in timing just by doing the float step, again, not only helps you with your vanish benefits, your key restore, your damage scaling gets reset every time, but it just generally confuses the heck out of the AI and makes it make a ton of mistakes. So again, I do hope you appreciated the video. If you did enjoy it, consider leaving a thumbs up on it. Help spread it out so more people can check it out. If not, thumbs down's fine all the same. And again, if you are new around here, consider subscribing. I believe I mentioned that earlier. I don't have to really go into that again. But leave your comments down below with your thoughts on Legends Limited Majin Vegeta and the LF Gohan incoming, the UI updates, the energy system updates, the Goten, the Trunks, whatever what have you, anything that's on your mind with Legends, Golden Showdown, if not stress or happiness with it and the rewards, everything else, let me know down below and I'll be seeing you again real soon. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.